Ready? I'd like to call the December Maumelle Civil Service Commission meeting to order. We don't have much of an agenda tonight. Any public comments? I would think not, unless there's some more public out there that I don't see.
Can't find the parking lot.
Can't. So I guess our first order of business is old business, and that would be the approval of the November 8, 2021 meeting minutes. And you should all have copies of that.
I move we accept the minutes as written.
I have a motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Have a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say yes. Yes. Any opposed, no. Motion carries. Madam City Attorney informed us last week that Mr. Ogle, as is his legal right to do, is going to appeal our findings in his hearing to Circuit Court. Madam City Attorney, I was just curious, is that a judge bench trial or a jury trial? How does that work?
I believe it's just a hearing in front of a circuit court judge.
Okay.
I have not done one. This will be my first.
This will be the first, okay. Will we have the same, will the city have the same attorneys representing them that they had in this hearing?
Well, by ordinance, the
Does
city
it flip back to you now?
It does. By ordinance, it will flip back to me. Just most likely, and I've spoken to them, I will hire them for some assistance. Since this is the first time, we want to make sure that we do everything correctly.
Okay. Madam City Attorney did ask me, and she told me before we even started the hearing, she and I talked a good bit in the week leading up to that, and she said, once you give your findings, give reasons for your findings, because this can always be appealed, and in this case, it certainly was. And she and I talked again last week, and I did have my findings written down, or our reasons written down. I told her I could not promise that was verbatim with what was said on the transcript, but it should be close. And before you should have a final order and findings of fact. I believe she sent that, emailed that out to everyone last week. So hopefully you have had a chance to read that. If you have not, then please take the time to do so now. And I want to make sure that we're all on the same page before I put my signature on it. Would we need a motion to approve?
I think that would be
Would
wise.
be wise,
Yes.
okay. Anybody is not ready, just tell me, otherwise I will proceed. Okay, if you haven't had time to read it, I'm gonna give you time.
I think it's very clear and concise.
Yeah, I think she did a very good job of summing up the reasons for our finding. Commissioner Wells says he has finished reading it. Everybody else still reading?
I'm finished.
Okay. Then we're gonna put this in the form of a motion. Is there any discussion? Any changes anybody sees that should be different? I did not, and I know HR did not as well. That doesn't mean that we see everything, but I did not see anything that needed change, and I thought it summed it up pretty well. So we're going to put this in the form of a motion to approve the final order and findings of fact in the appeal hearing of Mr. Ogle. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor of approving the final order and findings of fact, say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Any opposed, no. Motion carries. Any additional comments? I will say, when new people come on a commission, most of the time, our business is halfway mundane most of the time, but these appeal hearings are the real deal. That's when you find out what they really have us here for. My dad was a state trooper in Louisiana, and back in those days, they had inspection stickers. Had to go get your car inspected and stick it up there. He came home from a manhunt one time, had a jailbreak, had a couple of prisoners escape, and they caught him, and he came home, and he said, that's really what they pay us for. They just have us writing inspection sticker tickets just to give us something to do in the meantime. I think there's a lot of truth to that. Any additional comments? Then I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move we adjourn.
Have a motion, do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Any opposed? No. We are adjourned.